views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuuki.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It is a Saturday afternoon in the Philippines, the 21st of November 2020. This is Yuuki. Welcome to the 44th episode, I think, of the Kingdom Podcast, brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Anchor, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. The show will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I miss this girl. I just keep on listening to her podcast, and you just released your travel episode, right? Hello?
I did.
Yeah, you did, right?
What?
Like, she doesn't even know.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I was like, I did something. I don't know what I did.
she has this horrible relationship between her and her textbook. So, please welcome back on the show my co-host. This is Abby, you guys.
Hi.
How's university?
Oh my gosh, it's grueling. Okay, listen, this isn't like coming from me, okay? But there was some person there's like floors of my dorms, okay?
Right.
There was a dorm on the floor underneath mine, and she tested positive.
Holy
and
shit.
They made us all vacate, so now I am back home, and I'm telling you what, this is not how I wanted this to go. I have to go back. But see, here's the thing, like, you know how American, like, and this is for America, I don't think this happens anywhere else.
Right.
Like, you know how you go home for Thanksgiving break?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I still have to go back to school, which is 3 hours away, just to take, like, 2 damn tests. Then I have to come back for Thanksgiving, but then I have to go back again. It's insane. I don't understand. I don't get it. And so that's where I am right now. And can 2020 just be over already? Can we just have that consensus?
Right. I mean, let's look forward to 2021, right? This year's been a bitch.
Yes.
I remember there's a meme here in the Philippines. He's kind of like this what do you call that shit? The one that predicts futures and stuff, right? So, he's very famous here. And he's like, at the start of the year, 2020 will be such a lucky year for everyone. Bullshit. And he's like retracting his fucking statement by saying 2020 ain't over yet. Oh shit, really? It's like,
wow.
Are you gonna discount all the 10 months that just came by? Fucking retarded piece of S. Anyway, welcome back, Abby. You can follow her on Twitter, What a Rad Radish. You can check out her podcast, Anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner with a K. And I just listened to your episode, your latest one, the travel episode, right? And
Yeah.
I know you've been gone for like what, 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh god.
Ugh, horrible.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I listened to Travel, the album. Out of 10, how'd you like it? Just for the listeners of the Kingdom Podcast.
Let's see. I would rate the album like Oh man, because it's kind of like, because Mamamoo is my main girl group, and I
Yes.
don't want to like.
Don't be
ruin
biased,
it.
okay? Don't be biased.
I know, see, that's the thing though.
Yeah.
In my review, I totally am not biased
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm reviewing just the music, but
Exactly.
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay, that's fair. What if Dingo was there?
Dingo would bump it to like a 7.5.
That's fair. That's a fair number. What was the worst track?
Why are you making me do this?
It's like
Tell
she
me
was
we're
like
gonna do this.
pre-recording. She was like, "Hey, let's talk about Mamamoo a bit." Yeah, I want to talk about Mamamoo because I haven't talked about Mamamoo with her for a while. It's like I'm not telling her what I was going to ask.
Oh my god!
But if you were to pick,
I can't.
okay, not the
What?
worst track, but the least favorite track that you have. Let's reword that.
Okay, least favorite, because I can't say I hate something because there's no Mamamoo song that I hate.
Right,
but,
fair. It's
okay,
Diamond, right?
Least favorite. I have to name them off. Shut up! I have to name them off. Okay.
Okay.
Travel, Aya, Chuck, Diamond, and Goodnight.
Goodnight,
Because there's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Diamond was my least favorite.
See, that's it. Hell yeah! Thanks, Abby. Thanks for validating what I feel. Yes, that was.
Oh my gosh!
I
I thought I was alone.
No, I didn't like that song. Fuck that song, man. And there's this recurring theme that Moomoo's are saying, which is super funny. It's not a Mamamoo album without a sex song, which is hilarious. Because
That's very true.
I mean, right? I found it super funny. When Ali, my girlfriend, told me that, she was like, "Hey, this thing's circling like in the Moo community." I was like, "Hell yeah, yeah, that's true."
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Diamond, rough song. Yeah,
You're very rough.
yeah, very rough. But you still like it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. If I mean, and you know me, like I don't really like to curse. I don't like to be like down in
Right.
the R-ratedness. But it's kind of like, okay, every Mamamoo album that comes out, there's always has to be that one song that you
Yeah.
can like make out with somebody or
Yeah.
like do the devil's tango, and that would be Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is like sacred. Like Goodnight is sacred.
Good Night was so
and-
good. Fuck.
Yes.
What's your favorite track?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't tell me
think-
Aya. Don't tell me Aya. Come on, please.
No,
don't tell me
I is
Aya.
not my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Oh my
Screw
god.
you.
Okay, so what was your favorite? If you were to pick just one.
Chuck. Chuck is
What?
my favorite.
Oh man, I thought it
Yes.
was like a cross between Travel or Goodnight. I mean, Travel was my favorite.
Well, okay,
I love
I
Travel.
think in my review, I mentioned that Goodnight was such a phenomenal way
Yeah.
to end an album.
It's tremendous.
There's no
yeah.
way that you could listen. There's no way you can listen to this album on shuffle because Goodnight is like the finish.
It has to be
off.
the
You
finale.
can't-
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then so with Chuck, it's like it's such a bizarre combination of beats, and then there's some jazzy chords in there, and then there's like this techno piano just thrown in. But it all came together so nicely that it had to be my favorite. Still don't know why it's called Chuck though. I'm still like I have a big question mark as to why it's called Chuck.
So-
but
Yeah, we reviewed Travel last week with another Moo that I she's in orbit. She's here from the Philippines. She speaks Filipino, English, Korean and stuff. And we had this joke where Chuck means nothing. So Chuck probably is an ex-boyfriend.
oh,
I don't know.
you know what? Yeah,
You'll
let's
never
just
know,
do that.
right? Yeah, ex-boyfriend. Ween's ex-boyfriend. Now she's dating V. No, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. No, you didn't hear it from here. No, I'm kidding. But all kidding aside, by the way, congratulations, Mamamoo. They won Music Core. Music Core, right?
We did.
Freaking
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Fucking it took a while.
It did.
What's wrong?
Man. What? Well, because like the thing is like Stan Twitter is so like here's the thing. I don't mind, and this is just my own personal beef. I don't know if any other
Right.
Moo or any other Stan person feels like this,
Mhm.
but when it's voting time, I feel like personally attacked whenever I see like people that I follow and I get a notification that they tweeted and they're retweeting either vote for this, vote for this. If you don't vote for this now, then you're a bad person. Like,
Yeah.
see, it's not the implication, it's the implication of saying that you're a bad person if you don't vote. For instance, I did vote,
Mm-hmm.
like, and
Sweet.
we're about to talk about Mamamoo Awards. Like,
Right.
I voted like 15 times, okay? But apparently, according, and I'm not going to call out names because I am not that person, but according to some people, if you do not vote more than 15 times, you're not trying hard enough. You're not doing
Wow.
it for the girls. I'm like, what? I literally spent 4 hours creating new accounts
Right.
and going on my friend's laptop using her email. Like, are you kidding me? But anyways, just saying, if you can vote, please vote and take your own time. Please don't let your stan friends pressure you, and that's it. You know,
You know,
vote on your own time.
this is what we were talking about back then. I hate the fact that standing K-pop now is becoming a chore instead of being, just fun. It's like, you're not trying hard
That's the
enough.
tea.
Yeah, 15, blah blah
God.
blah. Fuck that. It's like I voted once. Allie's the girl who's like using all of our emails here because we have a ton of emails, like using it to vote on Mama, and I can't blame her. I want my girls to win, but I don't want it to be kind of like a chore. So guys, to everyone who listens to the podcast, that thinks the same way as we do, don't make it become don't let it become a chore. If you voted, then you voted. If you didn't, then you didn't. I mean, that's totally fine. It doesn't make you less of a fan, so you don't have to worry.
Right. Like, I voted 5 times on my email, I voted 5 times on incognito, and then I voted 5 times with other accounts on my friend's email. Like, if that's all that you can do, that's all that you can do.
That's
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
you put in your support, and believe me, I shouldn't, like, that's why I feel, like, for instance, if you follow me on Twitter, like, you have your little bell icon on to see when I
Mhm.
tweet, I never tweet out any voting promo because I don't believe in that.
Right.
I believe you should spread news about it, like
Mhm.
for Mama Awards, for Idol Champ, like whatever's going on. Just that's something else entirely. But when you are like retweeting voting things at least 40 times a day, I literally have to turn off my notifications because I
Right.
can't stand this like subconscious pressure
Mhm.
from my stan friends. That's just how I feel, and feeling like K-pop has become a chore. Even still, I'm not even in K-pop. I'm a moo, and that's
Right.
it. And I'm already getting this pressure, like, if you don't do this, you're not a real moo. Like, yes, I am. I run my own podcast. I am
Mhm.
a moo. Thank you very much.
Yep.
But
You
anyways,
tell
yeah.
them, girl. You tell them. I told you to mention me when things like this happen. I want to
Oh
see
my
you
gosh,
belittle other
no.
people.
I don't need you in my fights.
No, I just
I
want to
finished
watch. I get my popcorn and shit. So yeah, I mean, Abby basically told you what this episode is gonna be about 14 days before the 2020 Mama, awards happen, and a lot of things that are a lot of questions in my head basically. Back then, I used to do this when I did the radio show years ago. I used to update everyone every episode, what the current rankings are, and we're basically gonna do it here on the podcast as well, and then we're gonna talk about a little bit, about the rankings and stuff, and the categories, and what makes Mama tick, basically. So, yeah, stick around, and we'll be back after this commercial break to talk about Mama 2020. We're going.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Hey, you. Doing this podcast thing for years now, I've always been an advocate to start your own podcast. Regardless if you talk about K-pop, science, news, politics, showbiz, start doing it because podcasting is growing very quickly, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. There's a whole lot of new shows out there, and we as podcasters need to stay informed in order to stay relevant. The best way to do that is with data, numbers, and analytics. Something to keep track of how you're doing. And the best way to get it all in one place is Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for all your podcast data needs. Podmetrics combines data from Anchor, Spotify, Chartable, Facebook Live, and YouTube in order to show you the real picture of how your show is doing. And when you know your show, you can grow your show. The best part is it's absolutely free. Sign up now at podmetrics.co. That's podmetrics.co. And don't forget to use the referral code TheKingdomPodcast. No spaces. Podmetrics, the only analytics you'll ever need for your podcast.
Hello, Radish Farm. Welcome to Mamamoo Central, where myself and a possible Moo star guest talk everything Mamamoo. Want the tea? We got you. Want a song review? No problem. Want to just freak about your best girl? Go nuts. Be sure to follow my Twitter at WhatARadRadish to get the latest and greatest from yours truly, while also updates about when I upload. Well, let's get on to today's topic. See you around! You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Anchor, all in the same name, at the Kingdom Pod PH. You can follow us there to know your freaking episodes every week. We post tweets, updates on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course, if you follow us on Anchor, Spotify, whatever, you'll be able to see whenever we post an episode. Lately, we've been doing it every Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, today this episode will drop, and then on tomorrow on Sunday will be another episode for you guys. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Ukemeister, and for my awesome co-host, you can follow her on Twitter at WhatARadRadish, and of course her podcast, Anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner with a K. Why is it a K? Is it like K-pop?
It's just, I think I just put a K. yeah, K for K-pop.
Right.
Why not?
That's my mentality for the Kingdom podcast as well, like K-Kingdom. But then, I don't know, it's nothing K-pop when I think about it, but anywho's. All right, welcome back to the podcast. We're going to talk about Mama. Let me just update everyone before we get to the topic. Just let me breeze through, the category rankings. For Artists of the Year, currently, BTS, a whopping 34% of the votes. That's insane. Song of the Year, BTS as well for Dynamite. Worldwide Fan Choice Awards, BTS as well. New Male Artist, Treasure is leading. Awesome. New female artist is Secret Number. I have no idea who these are. Well, they're new. Best Male Group, BTS. Female Group, Blackpink. Male Artist, Baekhyun. Female Artist, IU. Dance Performance Solo, Was is leading with a large margin. Dance Performance Male Group, BTS. Female Group, Dance Performance will be Blackpink. Questionable. Vocal Performance Solo, IU. Best Vocal Performance Group, Mamamoo. Hell yeah. Band Performance is Day6. Best Hip Hop and Urban Music, Zico with Any Song. Best Collaboration, IU, 8. Best OST, Gaho, Start, Itaewon Class. And yeah, those are the 18 rank categories for Mama. So, quick question, Abby. Not a quick question, but this is basically the topic. You've been following K-pop for what, 2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 mamas already, or maybe 3, right? In your belt.
I think. Yeah.
Let's talk about the rankings. If you were to rank not the rankings, let's talk about the categories. If you were to rank the categories, the top 5 categories, Mama probably has their own ranking when it comes to the categories, but maybe, you have a different opinion on, the categories. Which are the 5 top awards that you think they give out? The most relevant awards.
I think, like, how many do I get? Do I get 4?
You get 5.
5?
Yeah,
oh,
top
okay.
5.
So I think a nice, like, well, okay. I think Worldwide Fans, hold on, Worldwide Fans Choice is a good one because it's not basing it on numbers. It's kind of like going off of what the fans want,
Interesting.
which
Yep.
is nice
Mm-hmm.
because you're not thinking of like Artist of the Year or Song of the Year, which is very generic.
Right.
It's kind of like centered on the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And best male group, best female group, I think those are nice. So
Mhm.
that's 3. And here's the thing, I don't know because I think they're all nice in their own merit. It's just kind of, I don't know. I maybe maybe my last one would be best dance. Like all
okay.
of all of the 3 ones.
All right.
Because dances I think are more important than, because you, like, for instance, the dance needs to be, it should be that the dance is so good that it wins, because if
Mhm.
anything, if the dance is like, for instance, like a Stray Kids type of choreography, which
Right.
is very quick, it's very fast. You
Uh-huh.
need a lot of stamina, especially when you want to keep up with the lyrics. So that's why I think Best Dance Awards should be more commemorated than,
Right.
I don't know, Best Female Artist, Best,
Mhm.
like, I don't understand the Best New Female Male Artist, because, I mean, I guess it's nice to kind of see, like,
The rookies.
the new
Right.
members, the
Mhm.
rookies that are coming, but that's not really for Mama, is it?
I agree with you
and
there.
this is coming from
Yeah.
me. I don't, you know.
I totally agree with you there. As far as the categories go, I don't think the new male artist, female artist really matters that much. I guess it's probably for their self-esteem. But
And believe me, I don't mean to say this in like they shouldn't be included.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I mean to say is, like, obviously they wanted to think of new categories to go off of.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, for instance, I guess that if best new male female artist wasn't there, then, like, the rookie awards wouldn't exist, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't,
Mhm.
like, for instance, groups like EXO, BTS, Blackpink, they would always be on the top charts no matter what.
Yeah.
And that they would be the same groups that you would see every single
Everywhere.
time. So
Yes.
you want to see something new.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess they're nice, but it's just not my cup of tea.
I guess it what you're saying is it doesn't get boring that every single fucking award,
Yeah,
BTS or Blackpink or EXO will be going up the stage, and that's totally understandable. Yeah, just not my cup of tea as well. Probably, yeah, I don't know, self-esteem maybe for the new groups. I'm not taking anything away from them; they're super cool. But yeah, top 5 would probably be the Fans Choice Award. I think that's the best award, in my point of view. Song of the Year still matters to me.
Mhm.
And then as far as best male and female group and the best dance performance female group, not the male. The reason why is because I'm just more interested in dance performance from a female group. That's in my point of view. I think they're more diverse. They're more flexible, not in a literal way. But yeah, there's a lot of variations when it comes to female dance groups. And for the male groups, not that I'm taking anything away from them, it's just that they're like super and
Yeah.
there's no variation. It just depends on the song. And if the song's not a fast beat song, it's not gonna work out, I guess, for the male groups. That's what I see. But for the female groups, I mean, you guys are seeing fucking if you're gonna look at the dance performance female groups now, these aren't super fast songs, except probably for How You Like That and Wannabe. Nonstop is kind of fast, but it doesn't feel fast. Psycho, obviously, it's not. More and More, kind of lazy. Eyes One, I don't even know what the Eyes One song is. Secret Story of the Swan. So probably good. I'll probably watch that later on. But yeah, it's just more diverse. This is for me is going to be the X factor. As far as the categories go, always best dance performance female group is the X factor, because the best vocal performance group is how many years has Mamamoo won this? I mean,
this is. I mean, if they win best vocal performance, this would
be their third.
I don't know. Would this be their? Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, they're always going to be there. I mean, see, and it's funny because HIP came out last year and it's still winning. So it's like, that's honestly, that's pretty cool.
To be honest, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't mind if it were Aya that would be here, because HIP is like what you said, it came out last year, so there might be a conflict of years there. But, they probably still consider that. So, yeah, I mean, they're still winning. This is super cool. I don't question this best vocal performance group. They kind of always win anyway. For as long as probably Mamamoo is still active, they're probably going to win this, because not that the other groups are bad. It's just that, Mamamoo is just tremendously good.
Yes.
So that I don't know if there's a conflict there. I don't know if I'm gonna get a ton of haters from that. Fuck you. Anyway, so yeah, that's me. Worldwide fan choice, best male and female artist, song of the year, and then the dance performance female. It's just way too much categories nowadays. Back then it was I don't know, 10, 11 categories. Now there's 18.
I mean, it's kind of something to pad out the show, which I guess is nice.
It's always a long show. There's a ton of performances. What I just read earlier, BTS, 17, Twice, NCT, they're going to probably perform. So, man, I don't know. It's too long of a show. But I still love the fact that they're still gonna do this. There was a scare that they weren't gonna push through with Mama, but I'm glad that that's not happening, because it's basically I don't know, is it still the deciding factor on who's gonna dominate the next year? That's normally how people view Mama. It's oh shit, they're artist of the year. Okay, they're gonna slay next year and stuff.
I mean, well, I guess okay, if we that's actually kind of a tricky question, because it depends on, okay, for instance, HIP was a cultural reset.
Yep.
It will always win in whatever category it's been put in. But and I'm not just saying that, but it's just kind of a thing that's always happened. So if they were to, for instance, in 2021, if they were to put up their HIP in whatever category, yeah, I think it
might
would win.
Yeah, it might. Yeah,
because it's something that reinstated. For instance, there was this whole thing about, I can't remember. I think it was the one where they all performed Egotistic, Starry Night, but they Mamamoo basically saved Mama Awards, because what happened, it was basically around the time when everyone thought that the awards was fixed. Usually award shows are, but this thing of a reoccurring, if HIP went right back into 2021, I think it probably would still win, because everyone in K-pop knows that song and everyone wants it to win. So, but if it's I don't know, something, can I throw shade just really quick?
Go. Why are you asking me? What's this podcast?
you know me. I don't want to just
Fair
do
enough.
it. I
Right.
have to ask. If it was like Ice Cream from Blackpink, and it wasn't really a song that everyone had a taste for,
Mhm.
it's kind of like pickle ice cream to me. So it kind of like you slap Blackpink on the name, I don't think Ice Cream would have won. I think it would have been another group. Just because it's Blackpink doesn't mean that they're gonna win,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So, but because it's Mama, I think it probably would win because YG would come in there, kind of
Mhm.
probably say a few words, and
Mhm.
then their group would win. So, yeah. And that's not just me being spiteful. I mean, that's like actual truth.
Mhm. And like what we said back then when we reviewed Ice Cream, if you think that Ice Cream's gonna win, you're lying to yourself. Someone's lying to you. You might need to get that sorted out because I don't see Ice Cream anywhere.
Right.
I see Blackpink, awesome. I mean, right? Blackpink's here,
Right.
but not Ice Cream. So yeah,
Right.
good stuff. It's not throwing shade. That's facts. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I wanted to use it as an example. It's just
fair enough.
because it's like a bad song made by a very well-known group,
Right.
you know.
Anyway, bad song made by a very well-known group. Diamond?
Listen, it's not okay.
Okay, stop lying to
Oh,
yourself, Abby.
my
You
bias
can
is
you can
really-
love Mamamoo and not like their songs. It's super fine.
Sure, but it's like, well,
It's not
if
ice
I
cream.
had a
Okay, it's
choice-
not ice cream. It's
Right.
not definitely.
Like there's ice cream level bad, and then there's diamond bad. If
Yeah.
because diamond
Mhm.
has, like, for instance, ice cream had maybe one or two good parts. Diamond had a few good parts, but
Yep.
unfortunately, there's something in there that makes you want to just off yourself. And
Right.
so yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's called lust.
I didn't feel very hot and bothered during ice cream,
Fair
I
enough.
can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Cream had that bombing rap part. I mean,
That
for
did,
something
yes,
that I
really-
love about Ice Cream, just for everyone. Yeah, the rap part by Lisa was so good. Sad
Mhm.
that it was on Ice Cream and not on, like, probably How You Like That or Lovesick Girls. But
Right.
anyway, going back to Mama. Okay. So in the Philippines, there's this joke that we say. For everyone who's Filipino that listens to the podcast, you might know this. Mama means may attendance, may award. That literally translates to if you're attending Mama, you get an award. If you're not there, then, you say bye to that said award. I was just wondering, could it possibly happen again that, for instance, Blackpink
Mhm.
is here? They're probably the obvious choice for best female group of the year. I was just wondering if, when it comes to the female group award, what if they're not attending? Can Mama still tweak that category onto probably twice winning it? Because, I probably can't answer that question too. When it comes to the female groups, the sales are still a big thing. Obviously, when it comes to sales, probably twice has Blackpink beat as far as South Korean sales go. So they can probably tweak that because, the online voting, I think, is just like 10-15%, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, I don't know. What kind of backlash do you think? That's a topic for everyone and for Abby here. What kind of backlash do you think Mama will get, if ever, that Blackpink doesn't win this?
Well, okay. The thing is that because everything, and I guess probably first we need to stress the whole like the whole like thing we're not allowed to talk about, but it's kind of, because of the pandemic and everything, this like awards ceremony is going to be very like like watered down,
toned down,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't have the reaction cameras. You're not going to have a lot of people there. You're probably only going to have the nominees and the hosts allowed to be there.
Yeah.
And we might get a performance or two, but it's not going to be fun.
Full on
if
Mama.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes, it's not going to be full on Mama, which is, it's sad, and we wish we could do something better, but we can't. So, but the thing is, so your situation with Blackpink, like, give me one category. What are they? Are they for Song of the Year or something like that?
They're for Song of the Year. Song of the Year is How You Like That at number 2.
Okay. Oh wait. Well, what are they number 1 at?
Best Female Group.
Okay. So take Best Female Group and say that for whatever reason they're not there. And so whoever is second, which is who is that?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. And let's say Twice is there. I think that it's according to Mama's own rules, that's how it should go. Blackpink, you aren't there, so you don't get the award. Just like, if you remember when Mamamoo was on Queendom, and I think it was G-Idol who didn't show up for the first week of competition, they didn't win any points because they weren't there.
Right.
That's how the rules go. So for Mama, if Blackpink is not there, by the rules, you do not get the award. Twice does. And on Stan Twitter, Blinks are going to go crazy about how maybe Lisa got sick, or Jenny just I don't know, broke something. She couldn't come, and the girls wanted to be all coming together, so they just didn't come. I'm like, well, you know what? That's okay, whatever. I don't. They couldn't you show up on webcam? I mean, is that possible? But and then it justifies, well, are the girl or the groups or the nominees even allowed to show up? Is everything going to be through webcam? Because when the Mamamoo won their first award for Aya, it wasn't on stage. In fact, they accepted their award through a webcam. So it's like, how is Mama going to work around their rules according to this pandemic and everything? But I mean, it's just, and then it's kind of like, I want to go through a situation where, let's say Blackpink is not there and Twice wins, and so therefore Twice should have the award. Well, then Mama is going to have a very tough choice, because if they don't give it to Blackpink, they're not going to be in with good faith with YG, which would be bad, considering that YG pretty much fundraises them every single year. And so if they don't give it to YG's cash cow, then what's going to happen for their next year's competition? Because like you said, Big Hit is already pulling out of Mama. And
okay, let me rephrase that. They're not actually pulling out, but there was a rumor that they were pulling out, but just so happens that maybe they're not, since they're doing the year-end special, and I think it's not for Mama. I think it's for Melon that they're pulling out.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess just maybe like hypothetically,
right.
Let's just say hypothetically, if they do pull out, then Mama is going to become increasingly irrelevant. Especially because Blinks are going to want to boycott Mama for stealing the award away. And then there's going to be a fan war. And God, this is like a huge mess. I mean, so like, but see, here's the thing. I don't believe, and I don't know, Mama should feel absolutely responsible, but have the integrity of following their own rules, if that makes sense.
Right. But then, they're basically just going to say, yeah, it's just a percentage of the voting and stuff. So that's basically their excuse every single year. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, fan war bound to happen regardless of what the results are. You know, Ones and probably Blinks are gonna fight it out on Twitter, and I'm gonna love seeing that. Things like, you know, petty things like that. You know, it's an award. Okay, it's an award. Chill. I mean,
Yeah, chill.
yeah, it's an award. They're not disbanding because they didn't win, you guys. I mean, that's basically what I want to say here. So yeah, friggin' A. Last commercial break for this episode. When we come back, we'll have more of the mama topics for you. So do not go away, you guys.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukemeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there. Hey podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Welcome back to the pod. This is basically the time where I invite you to go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You can donate as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account to help us keep the show rolling for you guys. So please, if you got that small amount of money, it will really, really help us to continue the show on a weekly basis and get more guests and more co-hosts like Abby here. So go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. And Abby, are you doing that thing as well? Or you can monetize your podcast there. In the US, it's possible. Here in the Philippines, it's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can get sponsors there that play your commercial or that you can play their commercials on. So yeah, you can definitely get that, but it's not supported in the Philippines yet. Alright, so we have two final topics for everyone. I was thinking, with everyone that's going to attend Mama this year, I mean, there's not a lot. I'm looking at the attendance, the confirmed attendees. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 so far.
Mm-hmm.
We already know Mamamoo's not going to perform, right? Is there any chance that they're going to perform this year?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, they've been so busy that I would not put it past them.
Right. So so it's good, not good, but it's basically we're not going to expect Mamamoo that's going to perform. I was thinking as a topic, because they haven't confirmed yet, who do you think are going to be performing this year? You think BTS will perform?
I mean, because they just came out with an album, I don't think they will. I think Twice will.
Yeah, probably Twice will, yeah. Mm-hmm. NCT maybe? As the lone
Probably.
SM attendee. I don't know if aespa's going to be there. aespa had a like the
please
debut
don't.
track. I mean, yeah, I like one of their members. I mean, but just one of them. I don't know.
Well,
Their song was weird.
it's the idea. It's the idea of what they are, and it's bad, and we shouldn't stand that.
Is it the virtual thing?
Yes, it is the virtual thing.
I kind of find it funny, and I mean funny in not a good way, obviously, but the thought of it is just bizarre. Those are minors. It's weird.
Like, why can't, like, remember, I'm a real big fan of KDA, so
Right.
why can't they just do what KDA did? It's easy, but no, we have to make them look realistic and totally the same as the idols. And I don't mean to rant, it's just, it's very creepy, and it
Yes.
hones in on these weird, fantasies that fans like, and I don't like that, and done.
Are they actually doing it? Are they really doing it?
They are doing it. It's like, I truly believe that they're still gonna go through with it because Black Mamba did so well, especially on the charts.
Ugh, horrible. Anyway, that's not the topic. So yeah, probably NCT, not BTS. Twice will. IZ*ONE probably as their last hurrah, since they're not gonna be here, next year. That's probably a good, like a sure ball performer. Monsta X, I don't think that they're gonna be performing. Not even GOT7 Treasure will be. I think. As far as YG is concerned, I think Treasure will be performing. They just released their song, like I think last week. So yeah, I think they will be. So who else do you think will be there? You think IU will be there?
IU will be there because she is top runner for best female solo.
Yeah,
I think.
solo artist. Yeah. So
Yeah, solo artist. So yeah.
you think she's gonna be performing?
Yeah, I think she'll perform.
Red Velvet's out of the picture.
Maybe.
Yep, you were saying.
So, who's the one? Hold on, I gotta look at my notes here. Not the best new. Who's the best female artist? Okay. Sunmi might.
Sunny might, yeah, right. Chungha might as well. I mean, you'll never know because Chungha is like super relevant in the K-pop industry nowadays, so she'll probably be there. She just hasn't, confirmed yet. Dance solo, NCT 80s, TXT 17. I'm just browsing through, the categories. ITZY probably, right?
ITZY might.
Yeah, ITZY
But
might. Yeah.
see, I wouldn't bank on. I don't know, because it's hard to say because of like the pandemic and everything. They're
Right.
not going to have as many performing,
Mhm.
and if they really want like okay, Twice is still big. I don't really think Twice's magic is ever going to go away, but even if they get Twice, it's probably going to be the biggest group that they'll have.
Fair enough, right? I don't think Blackpink's ever performing here on Mama, or not ever, but for this year, I don't think they will be. Yeah, Twice will probably be their main event. I don't know about Oh My Girl. IZ*ONE, obviously, probably they're gonna be there. IU's gonna be there, and that's it. I mean, we're not like what Abby said. We're not really expecting a ton of people that's going to be performing. Obviously, because of the pandemic, they're going to limit, interaction with people. So you're going to see that the stage will be a bit different. Probably there won't even be stages. Probably they'll be in individual rooms, like per group or per artist. So that's probably going to be the setup, because it's non-contact anyway, and they're really banking onto that, like not non-contact events and stuff. So it's solely fine. I don't just imagine a lot of people performing. Probably, yeah, Twice will be the biggest one. Next would be NCT. If they're going to be performing, IZ*ONE will be very relevant as far as performance goes because it's going to be their last one as far as Mama is concerned. I don't just see BTS doing it, man. At least not for this music award show. But then they're not gonna do it on Gaio as well. And that's gonna open the next topic. So we were talking off air about the Gayo Daejeon incident. Not incident, but it hasn't happened yet. But big hit people or big hit artists are not going to be performing in Gayo Daejeon because they're doing their New Year special. And
Right.
I was just wondering how, as far as big hit not performing, obviously it's gonna hit them hard, but SBS Gayo Daejeon are not scared of this. Basically, it's competition already, because big hit I think is charging around 200 to 250 bucks to attend the virtual concert, but then SBS doesn't charge anything. So as far as competition goes, of course it's
Right.
going to be half and half. And SBS ain't scared. But if we're going to look at the lineup of SBS and Big Hit, I mean, SBS lineup is still good. Mamamoo is going to be there. I think they're performing in Gayo Daejeon. Idol will be there. Treasure, ITZY, Monster X, Eyes 1, 17. So yeah, it's still big. However, I want to ask you, how will this fare moving forward? Because now SBS is kind of like, irritated toward they're irritated by Big Hit. Will it change the landscape,
well-
basically?
I think it would change because because Mama has been like, I don't know how to, I wouldn't just say Korea, but I would say it's become like the Asian I don't know how to say this.
Oscars or
the
Asian Grammys.
Yeah, the Asian Grammys. And it's become this because, the only Asian representation we've ever had in the Grammys is BTS.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, and we're possibly going to be diversifying a little bit more, hopefully, because, God knows we need more categories, right? But
Yep.
if Mama is going to be like, because I would say the only reason why they get such big crowds is because they have the big names. So like BTS, Blackpink, Twice, all of these big hits that come out with songs that always do phenomenally well, regardless of how well the song is. It's just kind of like the same routine. So if they lose one of those people, so let's just say if BTS leaves or something and they are no longer a contestant on the show, well, they lose promo, they lose commercial, they lose audience, they lose popularity. It's all about numbers, really. That's really what a show is.
One sec, just to put things into perspective, we're by Mama, you mean Gayo Daejeon, right? Because those are two different award shows.
Right. Because I'm trying to compare the two.
Right.
So then with Gaia, it's almost like a competition. If you lose your golden goose, right? And they go to the other show, the other show is going to do better.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because really it's all about who is on. And it's, because I never have really tuned in for any award show ever, except for the Oscars in the last few years, because I'm really into movies. But other than that, it's kind of like you have to watch it all the way through, or else the numbers won't really count, if that makes sense. I don't. So with Gaia, if Gaia is to get more relevancy, they have to have more of the big groups on. So if isn't Big Hit is only rumored to be leaving Mama. It's only rumored. But if they are to possibly have more creativity, if that makes sense, they have different categories that are more interesting towards stan groups, then that could be how they gain popularity. I actually would like to see more creativity on shows, if that makes sense. maybe don't do the performance way, do it some other way, like ruin the format, change it up, something like that. Gaia is, I mean, I don't know. I have never tuned in for Gaia, so I don't really know what to expect from them, but we shall see. I don't. Maya, Mama definitely has competition if it comes to Gaia, if something like that were to happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but I still think that Mama would still reign supreme as far as award shows go. It's just that Big Hit doing something like that, I wouldn't really know what they thought of, why they did something like that to contend with other award shows, like year-end shows. But I mean, obviously it's the money because like $250 per attendee. That's a whole lot of money. But because they bought Source Music already, so it broadens their roster as far as entertainment goes. So I don't know. It might hit. It's obviously someone's gonna lose on this matter. And I just don't feel like Big Hit will ever lose because of BTS as far as numbers go. What do you think?
Yeah, no way. There's no way that, because the thing is, BTS has become such a cultural phenomenon that it's like, and the thing is, I wouldn't want them to be lazy about it because, for instance, when you become, like, when you have all this fame, right? Fame does something to a person,
Right.
meaning that if the group were to get lazy, not that ARMY wouldn't notice it, but they would notice it but turn the other cheek because they just want BTS content. That's it. That's the bottom line. I mean, for instance, the reason why, and I don't even know if this is like a thing, but for me, when BT21 came, when they made the members all little icons, that was a way of keeping their relevancy, which honestly, I don't believe they needed it, but they did it anyways to increase relevancy. And if, as far as songs go, whatever BTS puts out, their fans are gonna eat it up. I mean, I'm not an ARMY, but I love their stuff. It's just a matter of keeping the energy, and because I don't think BTS power will ever go away. Not in, I mean, even if they, for instance, even if they disband, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, but let's say the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, something happens to the band and they disband. The power is still going to be there because they've won all of these awards, they've stayed on the charts for so long, they've created such a big impact as like the biggest boy band of all time. So it's like, you know, it's I don't see big entertainment needing anyone else besides BTS. If, and I'm, again, I don't really like saying it because disband is such a like unholy word in K-pop. It's like, if something were to happen, I could see a Big Hit trying to recreate BTS, but who knows how ARMY would take that, if that makes sense. Like, because, you know, I could see it now, BTS trying, like, you know, it's almost like with RBW, with Mamamoo being their cash cow, and I could see RBW trying to recreate that power with Purple Kiss. You know, so moos are kind of like being all antsy about it, being like, oh, they're trying to create Mamamoo again, but they can never do that because Mamamoo is such a one-of-a-kind project. Well, so is BTS in a sense, but I can't see Big Hit trying to recreate another boy group, if, you know, because ARMYs would catch on very quicker than moos ever could. But if they want to stay relevant, they're probably going to have to keep riding that BTS wave until it's not relevant anymore.
Which will probably show up when it comes to the numbers of the award shows, because that New Year special of Big Hit is going to blow up for sure. And yeah, I mean, you put up
They
a good
will,
point.
definitely.
You put up a good point. Like we probably haven't seen like something like BTS ever. You know, biggest group of all time. I mean, probably already. I mean, I can't say that it's debatable anymore. I mean, they're so fucking huge. So I don't think
Right.
we're ever gonna see anything like BTS ever again. To be honest. And yeah, I mean, what happens in the next 10 years if they keep on doing this? I mean, they're still gonna blow up, up until their 30s. I mean, probably they're going to dwindle down once they go to the army, once they enlist. But after that, man, and they return, it's still gonna be the same banana. You'll still see BTS on the award
Exactly.
shows, and it'll really correlate with the numbers of that New Year special compared to Mama, or even Mama. That's not going to happen at the same time. But what about NBC? That's going to hold their year-end special. So that's gonna suck for them because they won't have BTS or G-Friend or who else, TXT, there with them, and those groups are pulling numbers for them. So it's gonna suck, and this is the year of a lot of transitions, to be honest, and we're transitioning to a new normal. I hate that term, but that's kind of like the term nowadays. But yeah, I mean, it's a year of transitions, and we're transitioning over to BTS being in award shows, to probably Big Hit just doing their own award, not even award show, just their own concert, just to have that exclusive amount of money going towards them, because BTS, like, we employ BTS, why can't we use them? Like, why do we need to settle for a percentage of the amount?
Actually, that raises a question, actually, because, okay, if Big Hit wants to host their own award show, that's great. I think if you've got the money for it, you have this big group that is going to attract a lot of people, you will have great numbers, a great turnout, more power to you. But the problem is that if you are the main company that is sponsoring the show, then okay, first off, okay, obviously BTS would be there. Okay, like, there's no debating
for
that.
sure.
But then who will be their competition? And even if they have competition, who's to say that Big Hit won't show nepotism towards BTS?
Right. There's a conflict of interest
BTS.
there. Yeah.
So then there's a conflict of interest. So that's why, okay, I'm not saying okay, would you consider Big Hit one of the big three companies?
Already? Absolutely. I think so too.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I think SM had already left the ship.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it would be SM, YG,
And JYP.
And then
yeah, I mean,
JYP.
they're still probably considered the big three there, but BTS just dwarfs any group that you put against them. And it definitely shows. And if we compare it to like the current roster of JYP, ITZY, GOT7, and Twice, and then for YG it's Blackpink and then Treasure now. But Blackpink obviously is still, the cash cow. And then for SM there's Red Velvet, EXO, NCT, Stray Kids, and aespa now. But there is, like, if you think about it, for sure BTS will still have them beat. As far as money, as far as following, as far as being, relevant worldwide, and they haven't, no one has ever breached the worldwide landscape except for BTS in that sort of caliber. And this is why I highly think that Big Hit would definitely be already in the top 3, even in the top. Because
that brings back the question of, if they were willing to do an award show,
Right.
again, more power to them. But I'm worried about who, now, okay, granted, I don't know if there's any animosity or bad blood between companies.
Right.
That's not That's more of just so on their side.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But who are they willing to invite to this competition? And if so, if these groups accept the invitation and come, who's to say that they would know, oh, well, BTS is going to win because that's their baby.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's why I'm worrying.
This is why they're smart.
Yeah, but see, it's just the concept of the fact that there is this like big hit. You know, they are the main sponsor of this award show,
Mm-hmm.
and you got BTS performing, which is great. But then they're going to have other groups. Then they're going to present the awards. If fans or audience members notice that there is a consecutive pattern of BTS just constantly winning, granted, does BTS have a very large fan base? Yes, everyone knows that. But it's because Big Hit is there. It's kind of like almost like the scapegoat, if you understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like, but see, it's kind of like they would run into a lot of problems if BTS is winning all of these things, and it just so happens that, oh, Twice is here? Okay, we'll give them a little something for coming. You know, it's that type of behavior that not like I would expect at an award show, but it's kind of like in my head as of right now, what would happen. And maybe they're better off doing a concert if, you know, maybe like for donations. That would be nice.
That's right.
Mean,
mm-hmm.
That's what Refund Sisters did.
Yeah.
They put out one song and donated all the money to charity.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is why I think Big Hit is smart when it comes to this. I mean, obviously, the format of the New Year concert is kind of like an award show. However, they didn't dub it as an award show, so there's no awards. It's just basically a big hit. It's kind of like a YG family concert or an SM Town concert. So it's basically just the YG New Year concert. I mean, it's obviously a competition to the people that are going to hold like year-end award shows, because it's going to happen, you know, at the same time. So I wouldn't really know. This is why I think Big Hit is a bit smart when it comes to promoting this. They never promoted it as an award show. That's where they're smart.
Right.
But that's for this year. Of course, we can't assume what's going to happen in the years coming, you know, and if ever that they're going to change the format or not. But if they're getting numbers that are better than the numbers that other award shows are producing, then it might probably be a yearly thing as well. And that's going to suck for the as far as statistics go, when it comes to the award shows, because a big chunk of the people that watch your award shows are not going to be there anymore because they're going to be watching BTS.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
You know, the thing is with with award shows or even concerts in general, like when you have, I don't know, like when you have people, see, here's the thing. I've never gone to a concert in my life.
What?
A little fact about me. Yeah, I've never been to a concert before. So I don't, like, aren't there people who, like, they sing before the main singer?
Yeah.
Who are they called? Like
front acts.
Front acts, okay. So, there's always that thing where, like, I don't know, if the main singer is Madonna and there's like two people before them, well, most of the audience is there to see Madonna. So it's kind of like with BTS, the reason why you have such a big audience isn't because of your first two acts, it's for the main event, which is BTS.
Right.
So it really, though, when it comes to entertainment, it is all about numbers.
Yes, absolutely. Whew. Well, what are your final thoughts on just basically the whole episode for Mama? I mean, is it going to be a flop since it's going to be a different thing, or will it still bring the numbers that it normally brings every year?
Well, again, I think that they will try their best, because thinking about the pandemic, it is going to lay a very it's obviously going to be watered down. It's not going to be the regular mama that we're used to every year. So we have to like, just kind of be aware of it. Don't be, mad if, they could have done more. Well, they probably could have, but with the resources that they have, they probably couldn't. So there's that. But then also, if it turns out that one of their groups that won the award is not there, and they somehow still receive the award, yeah, I'm gonna be mad. I mean it. Because if they, let's just say that they do change their rules because of the pandemic, then you know what, that's their merit. I'm not going to complain. But if they don't, if they don't at front admit it, then I really hope that Twitter gets a hold of this and hopefully makes them change their mind, because that's wrong. I mean, just because it's the pandemic and you can't just under the table not change your rules. I mean, but you'll change the rules for specific groups. If, not trying to throw shade, but I feel like that's going to happen. And, you probably won't hear about it, but some people on Twitter might say something about it.
Well,
but I am optimistic about the awards, though. I mean, performance-wise, I really hope all the groups have fun. I mean, whoever wins the awards, they'll take them. Probably they were well-deserved, probably not, but we'll see.
So, who are we talking about? No, I'm kidding. Don't say that.
I am not saying the word. Nope.
So bombard her with hate, guys. What a Rad Radish on Twitter, and Mamamoo Gossip Corner on Anchor.fm. So check her podcast out. She'll be talking about this as well, probably. And I don't know. She might name drop there. Who knows?
I might.
just for the ratings and the listens. I mean, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, I mean, good luck, Mama. Obviously, you're gonna need it. Not because it's your fault. Obviously, it's not. But it's gonna be very difficult to pull off something, bombastic for this year. And yeah, hopefully it works out. But if it doesn't, then hopefully it won't be their fault. If it doesn't work out, it's hopefully it's because of the pandemic, not something irrelevant, like what Abby said that probably is going to happen under the table. But yeah, I mean, keep voting for everyone who wants to support the group. If you want to keep voting, please do so. You can go to, I think the website is mama.mwave.me for the website. So yeah, keep on voting for your respective groups, whoever you're following. And yeah, hopefully they win. If they don't, don't question everything always. I mean, take it as a grain of salt. It's an award show. Don't worry about it. They're not disbanding. So yeah, that's basically it. That's for the podcast. This will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere you listen to your podcasts. Abby, do you have anything to promote before we go?
No, I don't think so.
Watch her Dinga Dinga cover.
Oh God, no. No,
Don't delete it. I know you tweeted that you were going to delete it. Don't delete it.
It's dumb. I did it right before my pizza came.
Dinga, 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 dinga.
Shut up.
It's good shit. It's good shit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for your Aya. That should be interesting.
I might do it. I don't know.
Oh, don't lie to yourself. You've already done it.
Well, I've tried. Like, the outro part, I've tried.
Right.
And then I was just like, no. But.
So, yeah, for now, guys, let's stick with yeah, good stuff. She uploaded her episode about her review on the travel album. Please check that out. Anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ukemeister, on Instagram as well. And for Abby here, What a Rad Radish on Twitter. She welcomes hate, so please bombard her with stuff. She lacks haters now. The old ones like her already, so she needs more.
I know, I'm very likable for some reason. I just, you know.
It's the dinga.
What are you gonna do?
It's the dinga.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, so next time she's gonna do a song cover of it. So she'll murder.
No,
she'll murder the Korean lyrics. Yeah. Good stuff. That's the show. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow for episode 44. I think this is episode 44. So tomorrow will be episode 45. I have no idea who we're getting tomorrow, but we'll see about that. Thanks, guys, for everyone who tuned in, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.